Hi, Jonathan York, Bay Financial Partners, looking at the investment markets. Could be really a couple of big weeks for the US dollar here. You've got the ECB expected to probably announce some further sort of easing out there, and so the sort of talk going along the lines that whatever it takes, and that's widely be interpreted that you will see some further sort of quantitative easing coming out of the ECB, which could obviously sort of knock down the euro a little bit further and strengthen the US dollar. Then at the end of the week, we've got the unemployment data coming out of the US. That'll be Saturday morning New Zealand time. Now it's interesting, that's been growing at around sort of an average around 220,000 jobs created per month. Fed officials now are talking about what may be needed to sort of keep the unemployment rate coming down, hovering just below that sort of 5% level. And there could only be 100,000 jobs per month to be created. That's half of what is being created at present, just to keep that unemployment rate sort of ticking along. And if that's the case, then most people expect to see a Fed rate increase at their meeting later on in December, and that will be the first increase, obviously for quite a while, but also as well, just it does sort of keep the Fed on track, because it had been talking about a rate increase this year, and they would just sort of sneak under the wire. And if that is the case, obviously has major implications out there for global interest rates. It'll just be interesting to see here in New Zealand what sort of happens. You've still got a rampant housing market, and certainly in Auckland, and that's starting to filter out now down through into some of the provinces as well. So it'll just be interesting to see what happens when the Reserve Bank meets later this month, to see if they're still talking about a potential rate cut. Certainly, given the strong housing market, I just don't see a further rate cut coming this side of Christmas. I think I'll just wait to see the data coming through. Especially as dairy prices have started to rise a little bit as well. Although the last couple have just given back a few of those gains, but they're still starting to show a little bit more of an increase going forward. A little bit of talk about oil as well, starting to sort of hit the tapes now. Some talk that possibly some of the OPEC countries might be looking at just cutting back just a little bit on their supply, and that will help sort of stabilise the price. Interesting, a few of the investment banks as well looking sort of crystal ball gazing, if you like, going into 2016, looking for oil to stabilise around $60. Now that's probably around sort of $15 to $18 higher than we're currently trading, and it'll just be very interesting to see if that really is the case and does sort of pan out in 2016. Still pretty tricky here in New Zealand looking for income. There are a few fixed interest offers in the marketplace. They're sort of hovering around that sort of 5%. Most of the bonds that are coming up for maturity are maturing at around sort of 7.5, maybe even a little bit higher than that. But as discussed, there are plenty of options out there with these high dividend shares, etc. And if you're interested in those, call us on 0800 867 323, or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles. We'll look forward to speaking to you soon.